All right. Still getting the hang of that opening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ty's Take. I'm Dave, founder and sort of smart space guy, and I'm joined by the star of the show, Ty Rade, space
Hello.
marine turned space advocate. Hello, Ty, and welcome, everyone. And we are just going to continue with our little educational series, or I should say our opinion series. This is really the 40 Sons take and Ty's take, basically the title of the show. But we're working up to. She's building her take on everything as she learns the information that I'm giving her, and that she's learning about Earth. But
I'm
these are
gathering data.
she's gathering data exactly. We do occasionally have facts. Most of the time, these are opinions. What's that old saying? Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but they're not entitled to their own facts. So if we have facts, we try to state them as such. The rest of the time, just to be clear, this is the 40 Sons take, specifically my take, and Ty's take when she's making her observations and so forth. So we're going to continue, and we'll just continue, I guess, where we left off in the last episode.
Yeah. So we've gone over obviously a lot of expansion and going into space, the expansion of going into space. And we've also gone over how there's not that much going on right now with Earth regarding the immediate, like, absolute necessity level. So
Right.
why do we need to focus on it right now? Why is that it's so important?
Another good question. Excellent questions, Ty. You are a font of good questions, and I'm sure a lot of people have these same questions, so that's perfect. The short answer is because we can, and I know that sounds a little bit flip, but that is the real answer. Yes, we have potential issues. There are societal issues, climate issues,
Mm-hmm.
things that, of our own creation. I don't really think we have the ability to wipe ourselves out entirely, even with like something as ridiculous as a full scale nuclear war. There's going to be some of us left. You'll have a Mad Max scenario or something. Humanity won't be gone. Civilization will continue in some form, but the setback would be huge, and it could be hundreds and hundreds of years before we're anywhere near the level that we are now and with the capabilities we have now. So the real answer is we need to be doing it because we can. This is a moment in history when we actually legitimately can begin to move out into space. We can create larger and larger space stations so we can at least have places to live off Earth. We can
Mm-hmm.
begin building our lunar, colonies and so forth, and then begin colonizing Mars, begin looking at Mars. That's the next big planet in the solar system. Everything progresses when you push outward and when you advance like that. And
Right.
so, 100 years ago, we definitely couldn't do it. 50, 60 years ago, we maybe with a concerted global effort could, but there wasn't enough push at that time. And we didn't quite have all the technologies to really do what we do today. So it's the first time that we can in our history. And we need to do it for, to keep kind of beating that drum for options. But while I just said we personally probably can only set ourselves back, we can't really like wipe ourselves out. There are things that could wipe us out.
Right.
There's definitely a big asteroid, a gamma ray burst, some kind. There are things that could happen. The Earth could shrug, could have a big burp, and boom, we're pretty much gone. So we need ways to continue if the need arises. So
Yeah.
we can do it. So we should be doing it. That's the short answer.
I have a bit of a concern, and basically bringing up what you've kind of just mentioned. You guys on Earth are, as you and I have talked about privately,
Mhm.
um, obviously far better off than where my planet has
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
But I have noticed now, on the time of that I've been here, there you guys kind of fight with each other a lot. Like, it seems like you guys seem to set yourself back a distance.
We
So,
do. Yeah.
in regards to everyone, getting together and we're all teaming up to make things happen and make it a better world, because of the social system right now,
Yeah.
do you think we can like actually achieve that and get that done?
I do. I do think we can. And I know things were very bleak on your world, and there probably was no hope there, or very little hope. It would have taken a long time to get to any point where you guys could have, conceivably cooperated. From what I understand, from what you've told me, could have conceivably cooperated to actually do the things that we have in front of us now that we have an opportunity to do. I do think we can. I mean, humanity is still here. And I think
Right.
the evidence points to the fact that we can work together. Well, humanity has advanced. I mean, if you look around at all the things we do have, the civilization that we do have, the cooperation we are able to achieve, the goals and the things that we've been able to do, the technologies we've been able to advance, believe me, we wouldn't have elevators. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't be, floating satellites in orbit and putting things on the moon and Mars. We wouldn't be doing any of that if we couldn't cooperate. None of that is done in a bubble. All of that is done with some form of cooperation. So I would just say, I mean, the evidence points to the fact that we can come together and we can make space happen. We just have to decide to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So then on that note, since we are now talking to an audience, do you have
Yes.
something that you would like to say to the audience
A
in
large audience, we hope.
inspiration? Yeah, something that you'd like to say to them?
Yes, to my fellow people of Earth, yes, I would say, the future isn't just going to happen. I mean, okay, a future will happen. Some future will happen. Tomorrow is going to come. Something will happen tomorrow. But if we want the future that we want, we have to, number one, we have to kind of decide what that future is going to be. We have to name it. We have to really want it, actually want that future to happen. And then we have to go out and create it. We have to make it happen. There's an old saying, I forget who said it, but basically the best way to predict the future is to create it. So if you want to predict the future, you got to go make it. And again, we totally can, and there's no reason we can't. Actually, there are reasons we can't, but they all come down to our decisions not to. There's nothing actually physically preventing us from cooperating and doing the things we need to do. If we're unable to do it, it comes down to our decision not to cooperate. So there are reasons we can't, but they're not real reasons. It all comes down to a decision. So decide to go to space. There you go.
Wow. I feel like you probably just diss a lot of people, but that's
Maybe.
that's a
I
pretty fair
love all of
point.
you. I love everybody listening. I don't care who you are. It's just a decision. Change your mind. That's all you got to do. Change your mind. It can be done, and we can do it if we work together. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, that seems like a either positive or something note to end it on. So we'll end it there. Go on to the next one.
Great.
All right. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.